Hello boys and girls, I'm going to teach you how to use PowerPoint in order to make a diagram for our invention convention. So first, you can go down to the bottom left-hand corner and click on those 4 boxes and then find PowerPoint. Double click on that and that will open up, excuse my sticky notes. I'm just going to make a blank presentation. And then I'm going to click in that text box there for my title. You can do this along with me to practice. And I'm just going to title this slide, Diagram of a Shoe. So I'm using a shoe for my example for you today. I'm going to slide that text box up so it's at the center of the page at the top. And we don't really need this text box right now, so I click backspace and that makes it delete. And I'm going to show you a few different options that you'll have as far as creating a diagram. So one of them is the opportunity to use one of these shapes up here. So there are a lot of different shapes to choose from. For my shoe that I'm going to create, I'm going to use this shape as an example. So I click on the shape I want. You can pick any shape right now just to practice with me. And then I simply drag that plus across the page until the shape is the size that I want it to be. Ta-da! Now if you want to change the color, you simply right click and this rectangle should appear. For the fill of my box, I just want it to be white for right now. So I click on that and the color changes. Now, let's say I want to go in and use paint to add some of the other details of my shoe. I go up here, I click review, and then start inking. And thanks to an awesome 4th grader who taught me how to do that. And then I simply just drag the mouse to paint. You can also use your finger to draw on the screen, which I think might be easier in some cases. So I'm going to do that for this next part, to do the front of the shoe. It's not gorgeous, but roll with it. Okay, so, it disappeared. So see, this is a learning experience for me too. I'm going to try again. If at first you don't succeed, try again. All right. It looks like it's going to stay this time. So when I'm done inking, I'm going to come up here to this red X and I'm going to click Stop Inking. As you can see, you can change the color of the ink that you use too. There's a handy dandy eraser over here in case you make a boo-boo. So keep all those cool different tools in mind. I want to give you the option to insert maybe some type of template from the internet. So if you go up here to insert and you go to online pictures, sometimes you can search for a specific template. So I might put shoe template and then enter. I'll check this out. So not a whole lot of options came up for what I'm specifically looking for, but here's a good example. We want to use this one here. And I'm just going to cover up my other shoe to model how to use an online picture. Okay, so I could use this as my example, and maybe, you know, my shoe would have a special design on it or something that makes it unique. I could always go back up here to review and start inking, and my favorite color is yellow. So maybe on my cool shoes that I invent, they're going to say, oh, come on, fella. Oh, that just leaves rectangles. I'm going to make it work though. So maybe I want to put a yellow P for Pavis on my shoe that I invented. It's not gorgeous, but it'll work. So now that I have the outline of my shoe, I need to label the diagram. The easiest, well, one of the easy ways to do this is you can go to Insert at the top on the toolbar, and then you scoot on over here to Text Box, and then you just click wherever you want to put the text box. So for instance, down here, I need to label that this, whoops, I gotta slide this over to elongate my text box. There we go. Then double click to type again. Sole. So this is the sole of the shoe. Maybe I want to label the tongue of the shoe. So same thing again. I need to go up to Insert, Text Box, double click where I want the text box, then click the little box in the middle to slide the text box over and make it a little bit bigger, and then double click to type inside. There we go. So this is the tongue of the shoe. Now for some parts, it's going to be difficult to put a label on it with a text box. So for instance, the shoelace. Of course, I'm not going to be able to fit a text box inside of the shoelaces. So this would be a great opportunity to go back to view. Oh, just kidding. To review and to click Start Inking. And then I can just draw a line out from the shoelace and then insert a text box, but then it at least shows where it's pointing to. So shoe laces. And I just slide that up. And there we go. So those are just some ideas for how you can create the diagram. And now I need to insert a new slide. So you go, you stay on the Home tab, and then you just click right here where it says New Slide. And the second slide is going to be your claim. So Mr. Zerfy is going to teach you about claims more tomorrow. But the idea is that you're including what materials you need for your invention and how all of those materials work together in order for your invention to work and be successful and solve some type of problem. So I might say a shoe has a rubber sole, has a tongue, is made of fabric, these parts protect the foot, has polyester shoelaces. And I'll be totally honest, I didn't know what shoelaces were made out of, so I Googled it, which you can do too. Use your resources to help you. And how about shoelaces hold the shoe onto your foot tightly. So this is just a really quick example, but it kind of gives you an idea that you don't have to write a paragraph. You're using bullets. And once again, talking about what are the materials and then how do they work together? What's their purpose? And you are going to be doing this with your group. It's a team effort, so be thinking about your speaking and listening skills because you will be assessed on that tomorrow. I hope this helped, and good luck.